Okay. Wow, we got wait a minute now. Wait a minute. Wow, you guys did a lot of talking before I got here. um the lighting kind of sucks right now. I'm gonna run upstairs. What's going on? What's going on, everybody? I'm gonna run upstairs real quick. It's gonna take me like, oh, actually, I got a light down here. Give me 1 second. Let me get an extra light going real quick. That's better. See what I'm saying? It was worth the wait. Okay, so I'm here, y'all. Um, just trying to browse these chats real quick. No, I don't look like LeBron James. Um, da, 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 da. See. All right, cool. Sounds like a lot of you guys are doing some fasting. You're seeing some good results, seeing some weight loss. I definitely had a lot of weight loss, so we're going to talk about that a little bit. We're going to talk a little bit about everything that I kind of experienced with my fast. And as for you that have been waiting, you know I'm going to be breaking the fast today, and I've got some fruit that I ordered from Florida. So I had the fruit come in from Florida, and it's gonna be some tropical wild fruit that I never had, and I'm really excited to try that. Some of the pieces aren't ripe, so I can only try like 1 or 2 pieces, but you know, I'm still excited. All right, so today is the end of my 30-day fast. I originally didn't plan on doing 30 days. My original plan was actually 28 days. And then I got caught up with Ashley. She made a post about her No Food November thing, and I accidentally got caught up in that post. And I had started posting about No Food November, and I realized November was 30 days, not 28 days, and so that's why I ended up doing 30 days. But my original plan was actually to do, or that's why I did 30 days. But my original plan was to do 28 days. Uh, Thank you all for the compliments and everything. I feel good. Yesterday was really rough. Honestly, it was really, really rough. I was like, yo, I'm breaking my fast tomorrow anyway. I might as well just have a little something to chew on. Nobody will know. But even if I did do it, I probably would have told y'all because I'm pretty honest. And I don't want anybody to think that I'm doing anything that no one else can do. So I'm pretty honest about, how I feel and things I experience on my fast. So this fast I did, my initial goal was to do 10 days of dry fasting. Now, for those who don't know what dry fasting is just simply not eating or drinking anything, period. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. You don't consume anything. If you do a hard dry fast, that also means you're not going to be getting in the shower. You're not going to be washing your hands. You're not going to be brushing your teeth. I did not go that far. I actually did a soft dry fast, which I really don't know that there's any major difference between the two. Well, there's definitely a difference. There's definitely a difference between the two, for sure. But I don't know how noticeable the difference is. So anyway, I did 6 days of dry fasting. My goal was 10 days. I didn't make it 10 days. The dry fasting kicked my butt. The major reason why the dry fasting was so hard for me is because I actually ended up losing about 20 pounds in 4 or 5 days. Now, you guys know I'm already a slim dude. So to lose 20 pounds in 4 or 5 days is like incredibly fast. And that's a lot of weight for me. So what I did was I went ahead and broke my dry fast with water because I just was losing way too much weight. I didn't expect to lose that much that fast. I probably expected to lose 20 pounds total throughout the entire month. Usually on my water fast, I'll lose about 10 pounds, but This time around I lost 20 in 4 days. So yes, dry fasting is safe. You just need to be careful about how you do it, because the biggest thing about dry fasting is you want to make sure that you break it properly. You have to break dry fasting with water, and you have to sip the water slowly. Um, with dry fasting, and even with any kind of water fasting, you got to be careful about how you break the fast. That's where people get into trouble. So when you see those videos talking about, oh, fasting made me sick, fasting da 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 da, gave me liver disease and kidney failure and stuff. Um, 9 times out of 9, those people are breaking their fast at a Chinese buffet. Um, I didn't I didn't do this fast to lose weight. So for those commenting about my weight, it had nothing to do with weight, but fasting uh, promotes weight loss. Period. It promotes, because our fat is designed to be like a safety net, a barrier between us and toxins. So if you're toxic at all and you have extra weight, if you have fat on you, your body is going to detox that out of your system. You're going to lose weight, period. That's just the way it works. Um, the other reason why I wanted to do this fast, especially being the size I am, is to prove to people that it's not unhealthy or dangerous to do a long-term fast if you're underweight, you know? And you can always gain weight back. That's the thing about weight. It's a funny thing. You can always gain it back. It's like once it's gone, it's not just gone forever. You can always gain weight back. The beautiful thing about this is I get the opportunity to gain weight back in a healthy manner, eating fresh fruits and vegetables. And you guys, if you guys followed me for a while, I promote the alkaline diet. So, and the alkaline diet is just simply eating that. I'm just kind of trying to browse the questions. So you guys can water fast for as long as you want, honestly, especially if you have any excess body fat. Now, I mean, let's take me for example. I'm going to give you guys the skinny. I was 6'6". I'm still 6'6", I think. Some people say you shrink, but I'm 6'6". When I started this fast, this 30-day fast, I was 170 pounds, like 173 pounds. So I was already very, very small, much smaller than I'm ever comfortable being, because I've been doing a lot of this stuff. I've been fasting for years now, and I've never really taken the time to bulk up or gain weight, mainly because my main focus has been totally cleansing my body. And I knew that, you know, um, in order to completely cleanse my body, I had to maintain a fasting regimen. So you can continuously lose weight throughout this whole process if you're eating well and if you're doing, daily fasting. So I was 170 pounds, right? So I'm already small. And then, like I said, I lost 20 pounds in the first like 4 or 5 days, which is ridiculous. And then when I started drinking water, I gained 5 pounds back. And then over the span of the rest of the fast, I lost another, let's see, roughly 8 pounds. I'll have the exact number for you at a later date, because I actually forgot to weigh myself this morning, but roughly 8 pounds. So I'm around 100, and you guys are gonna shriek. I'm around 146 pounds or 145 pounds. Now, the thing that's important to know about that is that I'm fine. I'm like completely fine. There's nothing wrong with me. I'm not dizzy. I had my blood pressure checked the other day, just for the heck of it, honestly, because I already knew that nothing was wrong with my blood pressure. But one of the things you guys kind of talk about a lot is the heart palpitations, and the kind of the irregular heartbeat and all that stuff. That scares you guys a lot. It scared me too the very first time I did a fast, because I was wondering why my heart was beating like that. And I'm thinking, this is supposed to be making me healthier, supposed to be making me better. Why is my heart beating all funny? And it's just part of the process. I can't exactly explain to you why it happens, but it happens to pretty much everybody, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's just part of the process. And after fasting and eating well for so long, when I fast now, that doesn't happen to me anymore, right? So there's a lot of fear mongering when it comes to fasting, what you can do, what you can't do, what's safe, what's not safe. The reality is people that are disseminating this type of information, they're not testing this stuff for themselves. All they're doing is reading a book or listening to some doctor or some scientist who's talking about fasting, who's either probably never done fasting themselves or they've only done short-term fasts. These are not the people you should be listening to. You should be listening to people who are actually putting their money with their mouth, where their mouth is, and they're doing these things. All right. That's what this channel is all about, is put your money where your mouth is. If you're going to be talking about dry fasting, be doing dry fasting. If you're going to be talking about people doing long-term fasting, whether good or bad, be doing long-term fasting. Right? This none of this stuff is killing me. It's only making me better. My skin is healthier, my hair is growing, mental clarity, everything is better. So all the people who are telling me I can't do it, I'm too small, that's too long, that's dangerous, you're going to give yourself permanent liver damage, you're going to give yourself permanent kidney damage. I don't care what you're saying. Like, seriously, like, it doesn't matter to me. You don't, your voice doesn't mean anything to me. And that's how you guys should be as well. And if you're one of the ones who are out there who are telling people fasting's dangerous or whatever it is, and you're not doing it for yourself, like, if you don't have any firsthand experience with it, you don't have any business telling people that. You're more than welcome to warn people, hey, I think you should make sure to do your research before you go into fasting. Absolutely. Definitely warn people to do their research. That's very important. Make sure that people are paying attention to their body, all of those good things. But for you to sit there and tell someone they can or can't do something, that's not your place, especially because we're trying to heal. All of us are trying to heal, me, myself included, John, Steve, Siobhan, everybody's trying to heal. And if you're telling people that one of the best healing modalities available is unsafe in any way, then you're hindering their healing. You're not helping them. Okay. So we just got to be careful about that. And that's my rant for that. Now, I'm talk a little bit about this fruit box because I'm really excited about it. The company I ordered from was called Miami Fruit, and it's not cheap. It's not cheap. You're getting tropical fruits. They're organically grown. No pesticides, all that good stuff. So it's not cheap, and of course, it's being shipped. The shipping is pretty expensive too. They usually ship it in either overnight or within 2 or 3 days, I guess, so that you can get the fruit fresh and it's not rotten and everything like that. Okay, I got these. I can't remember the name of them. Rambudans or something like that. I'm really excited to try these out. I'm gonna go through the whole box for you guys just briefly. One of each of the fruits. This one freaked me out. All right, I wanted to make sure to get some avocados. This avocado is ridiculous. Okay, this is the biggest avocado I've ever seen in my life. This is a Florida avocado. What I hear is that the flavor is a lot different from the Hass avocados. So I'm very excited to taste it. It's not ripe, so I gotta wait a while, but I'm very excited to try this out. I also got one of these bad boys, which is this is a yellow dragon fruit. So, most of us have had the red dragon fruit or whatever. This one is supposed to be much sweeter because if you've had the red dragon fruit, it's not really that sweet. So I'm really excited to taste this. I might taste this one on camera for you guys because I have this one's ripe and these are ripe. So I might taste like half of this and 2 of these. I also got passion fruit. I believe this is a passion fruit. And I want to say I've had passion fruit before, but I'm not 100% sure. But I do know that I've had like passion fruit drinks and stuff like that. So I'm excited to taste this. This one's not ready either. I've got a variety of different bananas that I'm excited to try. I think I have like 2 or 3 different varieties of bananas. I'm really excited to try these, see what the different tastes are like. I know the smaller bananas tend to be sweeter, traditionally speaking, like going to the American supermarket. So I'm really excited to test these. And then I got some ones in here. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what they are. Okay, some of y'all might know what these are. Some of y'all be from the islands and stuff. I don't know what kind of bananas they are. I don't know what kind of fruits any of these are. They're all um, just tropical fruits. So I don't know if these are the same thing. I don't know if this is another passion fruit. Well, it's not the same thing. I don't know. I don't know what they are. I'm gonna stop talking about these fruits before I look stupid. Now, I have this too, and I don't know what this is. Here's the avocado. Here's this thing. Maybe this is an avocado too. I have no clue what this is, but it's huge and it's freaking heavy. So, um, yeah, that's pretty much all the fruit that I got. There might be one or two pieces in there I'm missing, but I don't feel like digging through the whole box. I can only eat the ones I showed you, these two. So that's probably what we're gonna eat. All right, now on my fast, I did a total of 10 days of dry fasting. I did a total of 10 days of water fasting, and I did a total of 10 days of juice fasting. But what I did was I mixed and matched. Okay, so if you guys, maybe a week or two ago, I put out a video talking about how to kind of mix and match different fasting techniques for one long, prolonged fast. It's super effective, especially if doing the pure water fasting is hard for you. Now, in my case, because of my weight and everything like that, I did want to go ahead and throw some juice fasting in there just to keep my weight from going super crazy dumb low. But the what I did was I did the 6 days of dry, and then I did one day of water only, and then I did 2 days of juice with water, and then I did another dry, and so I pretty much did one dry. So I did the 6 days of dry, then I did another dry later on that week, and then I did pretty much one dry for the rest of the week every week, and it totaled out to 10 days. And then I did a mixture throughout the week of water and juice fasting as needed. So my goal was to limit the amount of juice that I drank as much as possible. I was only drinking, I would say on average, probably maybe 16 ounces of juice a day. Uh, I did increase the juice on a couple of days because what I noticed was the juice helped keep my digestive system going. So one of the things I noticed on this particular fast, especially, is when I started feeling really, really sick, like you're getting chills, you feel really weak, and just like almost like flu kind of symptoms. That was an indicator that I needed to release. I needed to have a bowel movement. I don't know why it took me so long to figure this out. Maybe because every time that I kind of get to that point where I feel that way, I either do have a bowel movement or I'm breaking my fast anyway. So, but for this one, I was able to really find out like, okay, when you're not feeling well, you feel really, really ill, you need a bowel movement. There's a couple ways to get a bowel movement going. Moving around, so doing light exercise, which you're not going to feel like doing when you're in it and you feel sick. So you want to kind of make this a regimen, like a daily regimen, but moving around, doing some light walking, maybe walking up and down the steps, just really just getting things moving, shaking things up down there to get that stuff flowing. Also, using the juice helped me a lot, because I guess the acid from the fruit started breaking down some of the plaque and things on my intestinal wall, and I've been having pretty regular bowel movements throughout this entire fast. One of the things I've done in the past to keep my bowel movements going is to take the Dr. Sebi herbs, which I did take this time around, but it didn't seem to really get my bowel movements, my bowels going. So I was a little surprised at that. Yep, yoga would be good. Breathing exercises would be good. You can also massage your intestines. I mean, you can massage your intestines. You can get things going. So it's not really hard to do that. What else? There's fruit from boxes. Yeah, yeah. The fruit boxes you can. They're not from California. The fruit boxes I got it from. They're from Miami. There's a company in California that ships the fruit boxes too. I think they're from California. I think they do fruit. They're called Fruits and Roots or Roots and Fruits, and they have vegetable boxes as well as fruit boxes that they send. What's going on, Sharon? I'm giving you a shout out since you said this is the first time you made my live, and I noticed your message. I will definitely come back with the reviews on the fruit, everybody, to let you guys know. I'm pretty excited about it. I did not get a soursop. I'm really kind of upset about that. But the reason I didn't get a soursop is because you have to order an overnight box. If you don't order it overnight, they won't put a soursop in there because the soursop will spoil really quickly. And it was dumb expensive to get the overnight box with everything that I was ordering was just I was just like, I'm not gonna order all this stuff. And I got two boxes. I got the variety fruit box and the avocado box. And then if I would have got the overnight shipping, it would have been even more expensive. So I just said forget it. But I will get a soursop box next time. I think they have a whole box where you could just buy soursop. I'm also gonna try the sprouted coconuts, which people tend to like rave over. So I'm really excited to try those. How do I plan to build my physique back up? Wild Honey says. Well, I'm going to increase the amount I eat because normally I eat about one meal a day. That's my typical between 1 or 2 meals a day. So I'm going to eat a consistent 2 meals a day. I'll probably be adding a shake with banana and some nuts, almonds probably mainly, almond butter, stuff like that. So I'll be eating those or drinking those or whatever you do with those more frequently. And then I'll also be just adding more to my plate. I really don't eat that much. I mean, part of the reason why, I've been consistently losing weight. Actually, I stopped losing weight after I got to 170. But one of the reasons I got to 170 is because I was doing the liver and gallbladder flush. That causes your digestive system to work really, really well. So it's really, really hard for you to put weight on because your digestive system's working well, which is fine. That's a good thing. So I'm going to increase my portions. I'll increase my meals. I'll add like a shake or something, and then mainly it's just be working out. Building muscle is the best way to gain weight. If you're trying to gain weight just by purely eating, it's almost never going to work out in your favor. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna add exercise to it, which if you guys saw, I did there was like a 3 or 4 month period of time last year when I did a exercise um, test. I was just wanting to see if I could build muscle, get stronger while eating alkaline, which I was successful at. John was very successful at that as well. One of the things that's fun for me is pushing the limits. People tell me, "Oh, you have to have protein. You have to do all these things. You got to add all this crap to your diet to get strong." Blah blah blah. No, you don't. One of the things that I found out was strength is different from muscle mass or the appearance of muscle mass. Like when you look at a guy, you're like, man, that guy's jacked. He's huge. That doesn't mean he's strong. Okay, a lot of that is water, inflammation, and just their muscles being beat up. That's not necessarily healthy. I can curl just as much as I was able to curl when I was 40 pounds heavier. Right now, today, I did it the other day just to test it. I was just wondering, like, how much strength did I lose during this fast? And I tell you guys all the time, fasting doesn't attack your strength. You feel weak because your body's working, right? But as far as my actual strength goes, I can curl just as much as I could 40 pounds heavier. And the thing that's interesting about it is I'm actually curling more now than I was able to curl when I very first started my weight journey, my fitness journey or my health journey. I'm sorry, 2.5 years ago, 3 years ago. I wasn't able to curl as much as I can curl today at 100 and freaking 45 pounds or 48 pounds or whatever I am. So there's a huge difference between strength and muscle mass, and we need to understand that difference. And I'm gonna prove it to y'all, just like I always do. I'm gonna start working out, and it's gonna take a long time to get a physique where you guys might be like, "Oh yeah, Chris looks good." It might take a couple years, but strength-wise, I'll be plenty strong. And my goal is not to look like a bodybuilder. My goal is not to, I don't need any of that. All I want to do is be healthy. I want to get rid of my glasses, and I want to be strong. So yeah, I do find that my appetite decreases. Absolutely. Throughout this entire process, I eat probably half of what I used to eat. Easily, I would say half of what maybe even less than half, because if you factor in the reduction in how many meals I eat per day. Uh, I mean, but that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Um, I think that we should work on our health in phases. I tend to find that a lot of people want to have they want to get healthy right now, and they want to eat whatever they want to eat right now, and they want to have the physique that they want to have. Ultimately they want to have it right now. They want to do all these things all at once. Um, Not to say that you can't do that, but that's a very challenging way to go about it, and it takes a lot of discipline. I mean, that's just so much work. What's easier for me is to go ahead and focus on one at a time. So first I focus on getting really, really healthy. Then I'll focus on building up my physique and things of that nature. You can always gain weight back. Uh, all right. So I'm not really sure if I should even share this with you guys, but it was a question I just saw, asking if I'm planning to give courses. I am planning to do courses, but I'm not going to be working with everybody. It's not going to be maybe what you guys are thinking. Um, but I am actually developing a course, and we'll see. We'll see. I'm not going to be advertising it to everyone. I'm only going to be working with specific people. It's going to be a little bit more exclusive, but you'll always be able to get a lot of information from me through the YouTube channel and everything like that. So you guys don't have to worry about that. Is my vision getting better naturally with the water fasting? Yes and no. One of the things that I understand about vision is a lot of times we're over prescribed. So um, when I very first started my vision journey, I was a negative 4.75. Currently, these glasses are a -3, but I wear a -4, right? I've got a couple different pairs. When I do close up work, I wear the -3. When I'm driving and going out and stuff, I wear my -4. I see perfectly fine with my -4. So you could say, oh, Chris, you lost, 0.75 diopters in about a year, which is great. It's actually pretty great. But how much of that was actually just them over prescribing me in the first place? I don't really know. I'm going to be focusing on a new technique in the coming year to see if I can increase my progress. One of the interesting things I noticed with my eyes is that I did see more floaters when I started detoxing, and I think that has something to do with the fact that my body was releasing toxins, and maybe some toxins got displaced in my eyes. I'm not really sure. Proteins and stuff got displaced in my eyes, but I did see more floaters. But recently, over the past 30 days, especially, I've seen the floaters decrease again. So I'm really happy about that, because if you guys have floaters, you know how annoying they are. And it got to the point where it was just like all the time. Before, I would never really notice them, but for the past years, like all the time, and now recently, not so much at all. They're a little bit much harder to see. So I'm excited about that. I think that my eye health is getting much better. Um, Asking about, do I have a natural remedy for hair loss? So, okay, when you fast, there's this thing called hair fall that happens to some people. And what it is your lymph system is cleansing. The hair loss is almost directly related to your lymph. There's different hair diseases and stuff like that, but most of the times the focus needs to be on the lymph. Now, I haven't gone really in depth learning about the lymph system. It's a very important system. It's not something to be ignored. It's just me and how I research. I try to be, thorough, and I don't want to move on to new topics until I've really kind of flushed out one before. But it's definitely something that you guys can take some time and look into. The lymph system, it's very important. And what I find is that as you go through this whole process of fasting and eating well and things of that nature, you might see hair loss, but it's not permanent. And when the hair comes back, it comes back healthier and fuller. Do I wear progressive lenses? I don't even know what those are, to be honest with you. I don't know what that means. Mm, mm. Someone said the more you wear glasses, the more you need them. I actually spent a lot of time not wearing my glasses this month, and I didn't find it to be super beneficial. I have noticed that I see my clock in the morning a lot better. So when I wake up in the morning, I look at my clock, it's the same distance from me every morning. I could tell that early in the morning my eyes are functioning better. Um, Someone asked, how do I feel about fasting to fix a detached retina? I actually don't know much about that issue, so I can't really speak on it. I know that fasting in general is good for pretty much every disease because fasting allows the body to initiate natural healing processes, but I don't have any information about how long it might take or how that might affect you. I would highly suggest that you ask that question in the Facebook group because there's so many people doing fasting for so many different reasons. Also, make sure that you all are using that tool, in the Facebook group where you could type in keyword search detached retina in the Facebook group and see if someone has actually posted a question about it before. All right, so someone said that fasting helped improve their vision. One of the things that I've noticed is depending on what's causing your vision issues, fasting can very quickly help my issue is different from, so like cataracts, for example. If you've got cataracts, fasting's probably going to help you heal your vision pretty quickly. It's going to clear your vision up pretty quickly. There's certain eye issues that fasting can help much quicker than others. Mine is a focus issue. Mine's a focus issue, which was exacerbated by wearing glasses for the past 30 years. So that's my biggest problem. Um, I've done a video. Someone asked, can I talk about fasting and working? I've done a video. It's called Fasting While Working Strenuous Jobs. I would highly suggest you go and check that video out. Essentially, I give you tools and tips for how to do a prolonged fast while working strenuous jobs. As many of you know, I'm an electrician. I've done plenty of fasting while working. And one of the techniques I love using is water fasting or juice fasting, especially if you want to do a prolonged fast without any breaks. You can also fast on your off days. So usually we can go, yeah, 2, maybe even 3 days, depending on the individual, while working a strenuous job just on pure water. And then, boom, you hit your 2 off days for the week or whatever, if you get 2 off days. And you could prolong that. You could make that a 5-day fast just by toughing it out for the first 2 or 3 days and then using your weekend to complete the fast. So that's just quickly, a couple ideas, but check out that video. Um, Sovereign asked, can I post the link for the Facebook group? The link for the Facebook group is going to be in the description box of this video, as well as any other video. Can fasting reverse gray hair? Um, Fasting alone is probably not going to reverse your gray hair. The reason why is because you have to eliminate what's causing the gray hair in the first place. Fasting alone is actually not going to do, there's a lot of things fasting alone won't do. It's almost always going to be a combination of fasting and lifestyle changes, including dietary changes. Also, consumption, overall consumption. And when I talk about that, I'm talking about what are you putting on your skin? What are you brushing your teeth with? What are you putting in your hair? Right? So you all need to be very conscious of your overall consumption as well as your diet. Okay, my rule of thumb for eating is you want to stay away from meats, dairy products, refined sugars, and processed foods. I'm not really going to argue about whether or not meats are good for you. But the thing about meats is that if you eat meat from a really healthy source in small quantities, it'll have less effect on you than if you're going to the grocery store and buying, Tyson chicken. But because of how difficult it is to really source healthy meat, and you really never know if it's healthy or not, I really highly suggest not eating meat, and that includes fish. And everybody always asks me, Does that include fish? Yeah, I don't know why people ask that. Fish and meat are the same thing. Meat, fish, meat, mish. Um. Oh, look, Cynthia just asked is fish and meat. I knew it. I knew that was gonna happen. Uh, Someone asked timetable for you completing your health practitioner credentials. I don't even know what that question means. Health practitioner credentials? I never mentioned getting any credentials. I don't have any credentials. I have no plans to get credentials in a traditional sense. My credentials speak for themselves, and that's the people here on this group. You can go to the Facebook group and see my credentials there. Talk to anybody who's listened to my advice or anything of that nature. Those are the best credentials you can have. I think it's funny. A lot of doctors and researchers have these credentials, and that's not to put down doctors or researchers at all. I actually value their research, but you've got all these credentials. But at the end of the day, if you're not getting results, what does it really mean? So I've never focused on getting the credentials, because what happens when you get the credentials is you're put in a box and you have to do things a certain way. There's certain standards and there's certain governing entities, and I don't want any of that. I did consider doing it for a hot second, and I realized that it was a trap. I can't really help people the way I want to help people if I have credentials. So I'm staying away for those. All right, guys. So I think it's time to crack open some of this fruit. I'm gonna grab a knife and a fork. And hey, what would be really dope if all of y'all could like this video, and then I grab my fork and my plate and my knife. I'll come back and I don't have 73 likes. I got like 150 likes. Everybody, like the video real quick. I'll be back. Oh, 114. That was pretty good. And that was fast too. I didn't even give y'all much time. So I have a cutting board. I didn't get, you're not gonna be able to see my face for a little bit, but I got this cutting board, and I don't need a spoon. I mean a fork. I've seen people just rip these open. So this light, is this light funny all of a sudden? I don't know. Seems like this light is funny. All right, I'm just gonna try and rip this thing open. Yeah, that's not really, I don't know how they did that. I think they might have tricked me. I'm gonna cut this around the perimeter. Everybody made this look so easy. There it is. Oh, how I've been longing to taste this thing. It kind of smells like a grape and it kind of looks like a grape. Not as wet as a grape. Ikitakimasu. Mm. The seed broke up inside. The seed looks like an almond. Can you guys see that? I can see why people say it kind of has a grape feel. Um, the flesh doesn't, it does kind of remind me of a grape, but Not as juicy, not as, fruity as a grape, not as wet, but it's good. It's delicious. I'm definitely happy with it. The texture is it's a little chewier than a grape. Mm. It's so nice to break this fast. Fruit always tastes amazing when you break a fast. If you guys haven't done a long-term fast and broke it with fruit, you need to. Your appreciation for fruit and food and everything else is going to go through the roof. I remember the first time I had a avocado after a fast, my love for avocados went from 100% to 200%. Okay, I love them avocados. Uh, You're welcome. I'm happy to have shared this experience with you all. Definitely check out that rambutan or whatever, however you pronounce it. It's delicious. Trying to see if you guys had some questions while I was eating. Oh, Simi was asking, when do I plan to do it full time? I'm going to be doing it full time next year for sure. That was my goal, and I have every intention of completing that goal. I'm not going to say anything different. One of the reasons why I'm putting together this program that I mentioned earlier is so I can make sure that I can have some steady income coming in for the next year.